I think we can start our questioning with the meritum, the main subject, how AI and UX can support customer experience in finance. Michał, I think that one goes to you. What do you think can be done with AI? What do you do with AI in CX?
I think that a lot can be done with AI to improve user experience and customer experience, of course. And I'm very happy of that because in the past, financial institutions applied artificial intelligence, but mainly to optimize processes, to reduce costs, to optimize some back office processes. But a few years ago, banks also and financial institutions discovered the power of AI and impact on customer experience and customer processes. As example, we can do a lot, banks can do a lot, for example, to support customers in daily banking and taking care of financial wellness. So the banking becomes more and more simple for end customers, especially when they are looking at a huge number of products available and so on. So AI can help to customers to deal with their daily budget, with products and so on. However, because we have a lot of data, and banks can just simplify some operations to end customers.
Yes. So one more time, hello. I'm very excited that I am here. Before I dive into, I would like to say hello for everyone. And what's more, what Michał mentioned, this is it, that we've got a lot of data, but we need to accurately present for the user in accurate time. This is very, very important. And what's more, in accordance with the Forrester, Deloitte, and Accenture reports, so it is crucial that the CX is at the highest priority of the each bank. So generally, we need to remember in the financial sector to invest for tools for analyzing customer journey, for visual collaboration, prototyping, testing. It is very, very important. So as I mentioned, approximately 82% of banks rank CX at the top 3 priorities in their strategy. So it is very crucial. And what's more, 78%, for example, customers with positive customer experience, user experience on the mobile application or desktop application say that they would recommend to friends and family this solution. So that's why it's important. And of course, what is crucial, that AI is everywhere. So this is it. This is happening, that we got a lot of possibilities, like in the tools to use the AI in our collaboration. And as Jan mentioned at the beginning, I am fan of Design Sprint, and I am Design Sprint moderator and facilitator. And what I said, this is very important to recruit a good team for each project, so each product. So we need to cooperate with AI as a partner. We need to treat this AI as a partner to provide the better experience, customer experience for our customers, and provide user experience with user interfaces. So.
Well said. I think it's crucial right now, more than ever probably, to kind of cut through the buzz and to really present solutions that are tailor fit to the ones on the receiving end. So just to go through your experience maybe a little more in depth, could you tell me maybe examples of business applications where this connection between UX and AI, this really human-centric and the data-centric approach, where the connection between those two really shines. What's your experience on that?
Okay, so as example, we can mention this area of financial well-being of customers. It's called this way now, and in the past it was very often called personal finance managers. However, we can say that from experience, personal finance managers failed And the main reason was that there was lack of customer experience, because in the past financial institutions focused only on transaction categorization and just assigning categories to a particular transaction and provide those insights for customers. However, customers need to have more support. For example, not only some analysis of historical elements, but making this banking simple, providing more additional insights and recommendations for customers. And if we are talking about PFM, and most of people link PFM to transaction categorization. However, it's much more, and using artificial intelligence, it can provide hints, recommendations, notifications, alert to customers, and tailoring the whole banking experience, the whole banking offer and services to customer needs. So it's much easier to customers to use financial products.
Yes, it is well said. What Michał mentioned, that we need to concentrate not only on the proper content of this recommendation, of this clue, to help our users to make a very healthy and very concrete decision without any additional help, because this is it. We need to display it in the right time. It is the second factor which is very crucial, that we need to know exactly when to display such recommendations, such clues, because the context matters in nowadays. So everyone knows, every one of us is a customer and user of many mobile applications, and we want to receive information, just correct information in the right time. If I see something what is not relevant for me, so my experience it's not so bad. So, and probably I go don't back to this experience. So we need to remember about the content, about the time, and about the proper context of displaying such, for example, a recommendation what Michał mentioned in this specific case, like the PFM.
Yes. So this was that AI without user experience will not bring positive customer experience, but it also works other way. For example, if you invest and you have a great user experience of your applications, if you don't have appropriate data, for example, and you do not provide relevant products, solutions, recommendations to your customers, even great user experience will not make that the customer experience is high. So it's always a matter of combining those two elements and to bring the hints which are useful for customers and also are in line with customer needs.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome how right now with the right use of data, we can bring so much value as well to customers, because not a long time ago the only thing that could have happened on my banking app when I get those pop-ups was the fact that whenever I fell into the very wide group of people who have a certain account open or have taken a loan or something, then they could target me and maybe provide me with some recommendation. Right now, with the proper use of data, there's so much more that can be done, and I can really be almost an individual in the eyes of this huge organization, which makes me happier, and I think will make the customer experience way better. But the thing is, data is different across different organizations. Different organizations have different portfolios, different approaches to bringing their customers to the front. So my question would be, how do you customize those tools? How do you think about creating new products in such a way that it really fits the organization like a glove? What do you do to achieve that?
Yeah, I totally agree with you because we are talking about personalization of financial offer services to end customers. So we also need to personalize and tailor solution and to needs and to data of financial institution. And it's very important to be flexible and to adjust to particular needs and to particular data of financial institution when we are applying AI or UX solutions. And usually we start from workshops. And during the workshops, we need to identify the real need from the customers and which data are available. However, during this workshop, we need to combine different perspectives. So there are people are responsible for business processes and people responsible for UX because people from UX can advise what will be valuable to end customers to take out of data. And of course, during such workshops, we have also technical people who will tell which data are necessary. And we need to adjust because sometimes the perfect set of data will not be available from customers because sometimes they are hidden in some legacy systems or are not collected. So usually the first thing is to realize to go deeper into customer needs and technical possibilities and combine it with user experience.
Exactly. What Michał mentioned, appropriate people on the workshop. So I always say three essential things. So the preparation, so the discovery stage. So this is one of the most important things. So prepare to this workshop, get your current observation, current reports, statistics, earlier feedback. So which is very important from our customers. So make a good research. So right now we've got a lot of possibilities to do research more quicker and more efficient. So open your mind, focus on customer satisfaction and business requirements, and go to such workshops what Michał mentioned. And this is it. So this is problem framing workshops where we are concentrate on everything, as I mentioned, user requirement, customer. We analyze the customer journey of our customers and we identify potential things related to the AI. So this is it. And the right people in the same time, in the same room. It could be virtual, of course, or on the one table, but this is it.
Okay, so just to work through it all each time individually, think of yourself as different and really make it your own.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So, and I would like to add before we jump to the another question. So we've got, this is the first kind of workshops what Michał and me mentioned about the problem framing. And as I mentioned at the beginning, so it is crucial to create the prototype very quickly and to take the testing with the users, because the culture of feedback, taking the feedback at the very early stage of the project, it is totally important. And we do it in the design sprints with our customers. So this is just, you can continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure. That's a great point. I'd also add to that probably that you shouldn't be afraid to iterate and to change as things go, because exactly. Ideas might evolve, customers' behavior might evolve, and I think we should get back to that topic, what to do with evolving customers. But first, I wanted to ask you about the imperfection of the AI solutions. I think we're all familiar by now with how AI can basically spew out really random stuff and produce some results that are, frankly, not the right ones. So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with the fallibleness of AI? What to do when the models, or what to do to safeguard yourselves from bad models? Michał, I think that's the question for you.
Yeah, so we definitely cannot blindly trust into AI. Of course, it brings a lot of benefits, can generate different insights which is impossible to generate by human brain. But we need to pay a lot of attention during training of the model, and even if we acquire very high quality, like for example, from our experience, I can mention 96% of accuracy in transaction classification or 98% in detection of subscription. But even if we have such great accuracy, we need to monitor it, because we are basing on the data from particular period, and the data, customer behavior are changing during the time. So it's very often that the accuracy of model will be degraded during some period of time. So we need to monitor how those customer data are changing, and how the responses generated by AI and tasks accomplished by AI are changed. And always there's a need for a human who will look at this and decide, for example, this is the high time to retrain the model, to adjust it to customer needs, change of customer behavior, and so on.
Yes, it is totally true. We need to monitor, maybe in the Scrum ceremonies, because if I think about such reviewing, such monitoring. So we've got review of codes by developers. We've got a review of design by designers to perform. So this is the same with the AI. We need to regularly monitor and verify and review the AI, the data, because as probably everyone knows, this is connected with the, accuracy of data and security and transparency for the users. We need to care about the quality of this recommendation for our customers. So generally, we as an industry, we need to understand this AI and use in a good way. So from my perspective, we need to create a new habit for us, for people who works with that. For example, like in the review of code design, so review of AI.
Okay, connected to that, because you both kind of mentioned that there's a need for regular reviews and retraining the models and checking back with the customers whether that's still what they need.
Yeah.
What comes to my mind is how often do you think that should be done? And is there like a one solution fits all, let's say once every half a year or once a year, or does that depend entirely on the customer and on the company that uses these solutions? Do you think there is a strict answer to that?
I think it should be done continuously, and it should be a process. However, it doesn't mean that we need to have people who are looking at those models and are taking decision, because it's an easy way to automate it, to prepare for them dashboards, for example, which are monitoring what is happening, what is customer feedback, and so on. And for example, defining some alerts when people are alerted that something is going on. So I think it should be done on constantly. However, it can be simply automated, and people just get alerts, notifications, and some reports. Based on this, they can take decision. Okay, it's high time to do some retraining and so on.
Okay, so. My next question would be, I think what could be probably a topic for a whole conversation, but let's just spend a few minutes about the most common mistakes that you see being made in customer experience, in the use of AI, in customer experience, perhaps mistakes you've made or you've seen someone else make. Just don't mention who.
So generally, I would like to start with different parts. So it means that we've got at this moment great user experience in the banking sector related to the mobile application, banking applications. So we've got user-friendly, beautiful, well-organized mobile desktop application, and this is it, and everybody knows about that. But we need to remember that this is not only this for our customers. We've got a lot of, for example, in the financial sector, application like back office, application with the, they manage and help our advisors, our customer service workers to, to display, to answer very quick answer to the customer. So generally, this is the cycle. If we improve also the back office experience and generally this application, so it will be the whole impact to the general customer experience, our end customers. Because if you get a good experience in the back office application, in the such of application, you can respond very quickly. And of course, AI can help us, but we need to remember of that. Of course, we need to get feedback from our customers. We need to create the feedback culture. It should be, as I mentioned before, some kind of habit also here. So the culture of feedback everywhere, not only our organization, but also with our customers. This is it. So we need to still concentrate on the personalization, hyper-personalization. This is also the hype for that. We need to remember about the curiosity and about care about our customers. So we need to, talk with our customers, what is the maximum of the hyper-personalization, because we need to care about health, financial, what is mentioned. And what's more, we need to constantly improve the seamless omnichannel services. So for me, if I, for example, start the conversation on my mobile application, but I would like to, change for the desktop view. So I need to, just one click in my desktop application, go to the same, for example, contact center advisor. So this is it. So we need to care about these things.
Okay, Michał, do you have any things that come to your mind when it comes to maybe mistakes in implementation of AI for CX?
I think that Patricia described it well. I would say maybe in one sentence that, in my opinion, the biggest mistake is doing some functionalities for the customers without hearing the voice of customers, without including end customers to those projects.
Yeah, that sounds like the stem of all problems that might arise, especially with the issues of hyper personalization, which Patricia, you mentioned, because it's all then really comes down to trust. How much trust can you get from your customers? How much are they willing to give up their data? And that's a topic for a whole different discussion, which I hope we'll be able to have in the future, because that's a huge question: how to build that trust as well, how to do it responsibly, and how to also do it securely, because behind that trust has to be some trustworthiness, right? So you can't betray it once you've gained it, and I think we've all seen that happen in the recent years. The last question I have for you, because we've got roughly 2 minutes left. I don't want to make it longer than we promised it will be. What are the biggest challenges, the issues that arise in projects connected to financial customer experience that you've faced, that arise, and you maybe know how to deal with them?
So maybe I start. So generally the long discussion at the beginning of the project. So I've got a solution. We need to, instead of long discussion about what we want to achieve, go to the well-organized workshop. So recruit a good design sprint team member and go deeper to the topic. So generally the long discussion at the beginning, it is normal because a lot of point of view we need to compare, but we've got solution for that. So this is it. And sometimes, for example, at the beginning, because we've got a lot of, a lot of voices of the different roles, so maybe the goal is not clear at the beginning. But also we've got solution for that. jump into good workshops, and definitely we will know this goal, the long-term goal, the short-term goal, because it is also important to to see what we need to concentrate at the beginning, for example, for the MVP, or in the long story. So this is it.
Yeah, and I would just add to this that one of such challenges is good understanding what AI can do and what can't be done by AI, because as mentioned, we always need to monitor this AI. And for example, sometimes there are some unrealistic expectations when it comes to outcomes which are delivered to AI. And another challenge is data, because it's quite a well-known picture about garbage in and garbage out. So we need to pay a lot of attention to have a correct data which are representative, to apply AI to those data and create some additional insights. But this topic, as you mentioned, is quite long, and I think we can just focus on those what I said.
Well, yeah. So we've mentioned some of the things that are certainly challenging in those projects, and I think that's grounds for another discussion. So let's leave it here. Let's leave it at the promise of another discussion if need arises. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for attendance. Our time has run a minute over. Yeah, I hope this is the first conversation in a line of conversations. Obviously, we've grazed over a lot of subjects. I hope we'll leave some of you inspired, maybe with some questions, maybe with a bit of insight into financial customer experience. And I hope you'll join us for events that we'll be planning in the future. And I also hope you'll leave us with some feedback. I'll be happy to receive it personally via LinkedIn or some other channels. Yes, thank you everybody for attendance, and have a great rest of the day, and have a great weekend as well. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.